Hello and welcome to my 100% walkthrough of Elden Ring by Level Up Pup Gaming. Sorry it's been a few weeks since the last episode, but like I said, just been going through some personal stuff that had to come first before finishing this project, so I am back and ready to get back to it. So last episode we went through a good portion of the Volcano Manor. So we just got a little bit left. We got a couple of rooms to clear out with some goodies in them, and then we got Raya to talk to one more time, and then after that we are going to head over and finish the Lyndell Capital. We're going to go and fight the boss of our third legacy dungeon, and then after that we'll wrap up a few quest lines and then head into the next landmass, and hopefully we'll end the episode at the beginning of it next to this map quest, or this map marker right here. But truth be told, we got a few rough customers in this episode to take care of, so it's not going to be too easy. But let's go ahead and finish the rest of Volcano Manor. Like I said, we have to do one of the letters. First, let's go around this way. Actually, it'd be quicker to go outside. There's an item over on the other side of this balcony, so just run past all this real quick. But one of these letters takes us into the mountaintop of the Giants, our next landmass, so we can't finish Volcano Manor completely. But we're going to explore everything, and then after we've explored the entire manor, then we'll head on up into the landmass so we can do the last letter. Excuse me. Alright. So Gold Rune 9, there's nothing on the other side, but if you want to walk around, check it out, it's up to you. Otherwise, let's go ahead and move on. So right over here we can jump down onto this little ledge. And then right down below there's a gold rune, I believe. Let's grab that real quick. This takes you back over to the... let's go ahead and show you. And that's the elevator, which is a shortcut that will activate here in a second, but that elevator was right next to the room that we just came out of, so no reason to go in there. Ow, good lord, you see that fire did some damage, so careful with these guys. They're punks. These ones you might want to go ahead and take out just because they're on the ledge. Trying to jump over them is a little risky because if you fall down you will die. If you run up here we get a gold remedy for calling remedy. And then down over here, drop down carefully. And right up here we're gonna run into an Iron Maiden, so get ready to fight. You can see him around the corner right there, right in the waiting to spawn as soon as we jump up here. Oh! I thought he got me. It's close. Okay. You might want to make sure that you take that down because we're going to go into this area over here and that's where Zorayas is going to be. And you don't want that Iron Maiden to come over there because it can hit you through the wall and thus hit her too. So this way we can drop down or we can climb that ladder over on the right, so it doesn't matter, either way works. We got some Alban orcs sitting around in here we want to take out first. Oop. Whoa. Got magic of his own. There should be a few more. Might be able to hit him from this angle. Yeah, there they are. Come on down now for a Excuse me. Let's grab the cookbook. I don't think there's anything else in here. No, except for this. Alright. So like I said, no more bosses or anything for the rest of the manor. We're just clearing out rooms, grabbing goodies, and fighting a few annoying enemies, but nothing too big. Excuse me. So right here, about to open this door, and there's going to be a snake on the other side. This is one of the snakes that you can farm for one of the most sought-after weapons in the entire game. So you'll see it as soon as you see him. This blade that he has is extremely rare drop, and it's an extremely awesome weapon. I mean, it's okay, it's not like the best weapon in the game, but it's a lot of fun. So if you're looking for the magma, it's a curved sword. There should be a weapon working here somewhere. There he is. And so over here is the elevator we can send back down that'll send us to the Temple of Eagle. So hit that, and that way you can come up here and go to the right and farm that snake, and then come over here and there's one more snake that has that blade. Watch out for these guys. As soon as you hit them, roll away, because their heads blow up and a little bit of a poison bomb goes off and it'll poison you. So I don't feel like fighting this snake, so I'm going to wait for him to come over here. So down that way is the room where Zorayas is, so we'll go down there in a second. Just want to clear all these zombies out and these two snakes. So that's the only other snake right there that has that curved magma blade. So you can farm him and his buddy right over there. Oh no, that not what I meant to do. Oh well, worked out. Carefully drop down here, and then we see these snakes right here, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is just snipe them from right here. You can't lock onto them until you hit them and get them to stand up, so go ahead and throw a pot at them. And then after they're up, we can go ahead and just hit them with some magic. That way when we go down there, we don't have to deal with these guys. Oh, I forgot they got a little shield they can block stuff with. Oh no. Move, almost fell. I'm locking onto a zombie over there. Excuse me. Oh, see, that's what the poison bombs do when you're too close to them. So you gotta roll away after you kill them. And then this snake is pretty annoying. He whips up his candle immediately and just starts doing fire damage, and yeah, it's pretty brutal. His whip is pretty cool, but I don't think he drops it. Actually, I think you get that whip from patches. We already got it, so. There's nothing over here, but now that we're at this point, so we're going to open this door, go through this room, and come out on top and go through another room. But before we do that, we're going to head down to where Zorayas is. Probably pronouncing that wrong. Zorayas. Raya, basically, the snake girl. She's down right over here. And so this is where we came out. Oh, there's a shiny. I forgot about this. Let's go ahead and get this shiny. This is where we fought the Iron Maiden over by. And then we climbed into that room, and then we went up the bridge right there and fought the snake with the magma blade. So over here real quick. Let's go ahead and bust out our beast torch. That way we don't have to deal with these basilisks. So we got a smithing stone over here we can go grab, I think. And this way we don't gotta deal with those snakes now because we already sniped them from up top. And here she is.
Oh, it's you. I'm afraid there is something I must tell you. I was an unwanted child, born not of grace, but of a hideous ritual, something that can never be accepted. Not by men, nor serpents. Even Lady Tanith shouldn't accept me. I know that you have done so much for me, but I wish to ask one last kindness. Kill me, please. I thought that I feared nothing. But this, free me from this accursed frame.
We shall do no such thing. Not only that, we shall not give this tonic of forgetfulness that Lady Tanith gave to us. We're going to say, don't give. And we're not going to kill her. And we're going to leave her right there. And that is the only way to progress her quest into a happy ending. If you give her the tonic, then she will basically just forget who she is. She'll be alive, but kind of just a dummy of a person. But if you give her, or if you kill her, she'll thank you for being her champion, and she'll leave you a talisman. But we're keeping her alive, so we're going to get a little bit of a different ending. So in here, we want to do some sniping and throw some pots because we have a magic user at the top. In fact, I'm gonna see if I can put on some Assassin Gambit. Yeah. Or no. Oh, I didn't put it on yet. Darn. I'm gonna make use of that Ash of War Assassin's Gambit that we picked up from Bernal in the other episode. But as soon as we open this door, we're gonna have some poison zombies and then some patrolling snakes, and at the top is a snake with some pretty strong magic that we don't want to aggro. That big bulbous thing right there, that's the snake. So let's go ahead and start throwing bombs at these skeletons. One right there. One right there. Oh. What in the world? There we go. Alright. As soon as we come in, the snake should start patrolling. I don't know why he's not walking. There he is. Oh. Yeah, watch out for that magic, it hurts. And then we'll just go rush him after we take out all of his buddies. Watch out, he's got some physical attacks that can do some damage too. Like that. Yeah, that'll hurt. Oh, I'm out of stamina. That's why stamina's important, boys and girls. That right there. Went in to give him a killing blow and I couldn't do it because I was out of stamina. That's why we're upping our stamina into higher levels. This will take us to a site of grace next to the boss, the final boss of the Volcano Manor. That's the last place we're going to go. We'll go grab that grace, and then we'll head over to the boss of the capital of Lyndell. Which is a doozy, not going to lie. This boss coming up is not fun to fight. He should be pretty easy with the summon, but alone, because I'm going to try and showcase his move cases alone first time. I'm going to try and beat him too, but I'm probably going to die. So in here, the first thing we want to do is right across the way there is a spellcaster, and if we do not take him down, he will be shooting spells at us as we're trying to platform down. They'll do some damage and they'll knock us off of our jumps and pretty much kill us, so go ahead and snipe him real quick. That way we don't gotta deal with him. And then this wants you to jump down onto these and then platform all the way down, but the item that we came in here for, that we use the stone sword keys for, so kind of the treasure, is this way. So you gotta very carefully try and fall down onto this platform down here. And then we got a couple of snakes, or we got one snake and a Albinoric to deal with in here, so let's go ahead and do some sniping from right here. Get the Albinoric up top because he shoots magic, so let's hit him first. And that'll aggro the snake and make him go towards the staircase, and we can run up behind him and give him a repost. Oh, what? That's aggravating. Might as well use the torch since I got it out. And then right over here is a very useful talisman. This is the dagger talisman. It'll raise our critical hits by like 17%, so whenever we're getting into parry fights, it's going to be super useful. So we were just over there, and this is where the sniper was, so go ahead and roll on down. Grab yourself a rune arc. Walk on down onto this one. Same onto this one. Now before we go any further, we have literally 4 Albinorics, and I mean the fast, huggy kind that love to jump at you, so we gotta take these guys down before we can head on down there. Otherwise we're gonna be dodging left and right trying to survive. So we'll get one. See? Yeah, there's too many of them to really deal with, so... Excuse me. That's all done, and now the next platform we're going to jump down to is right on this little cage right here. Ooh, we missed it. Took a little bit of damage, but not much. Alright, and there should be a seabed curse over here. And then we got a smithing stone 7. Somber smithing stone 7 up here, but it's guarded by a Iron Maiden, so just get ready to fight as soon as you come up. Now you certainly don't have to fight this guy. This is one we can cheese just by coming down right here. Come on, buddy. Normally he comes running at me, I don't know what he's doing. It's always so weird to do. Oh, see? Started coming. There he goes. That's what he normally does. Yeah, it's like he does, like, these enemies do things in my walkthroughs, or in my note files that I use to take notes for this. And then when I go to record the walkthrough, they do something they've never done before, or just the exact opposite, and it's always aggravating. Alright, so that was pretty much it. Now we're done. We got a shortcut up over here. Oh, I forgot there's an Ash of War up here, I think. And then there's a shortcut we can take back into the Volcano Manor entrance where Lady Tanith and all them are. So that's Royal Knight's Resolve. I believe it ups your next attack by like 80% or something. But it's short. Like, as soon as you put it on, it's like 10 seconds and it's gone. So it literally means your next attack. So there's patches right there. So we're back in the manor. So, we can teleport back over to the Temple of Igle and then just go up to where the snakes were in that room. But if you don't feel like clearing all that out again, then just follow me. This is where we just fought that Iron Maiden. We'll go ahead and jump on down here. Now we're back in the temple, and if we go left instead of right towards that elevator, there's another elevator out here that we sent down earlier. Now we can take this back up. Oh, I did forget something. Yeah, right there. So let's go back down this elevator. There's a room, I think, with a rune arc or something right here. Right as we're dropping down, let's go ahead and drop on into here. There should be a Albinorics or something. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, a stone sword key. Forgot about that. And then if we jump out right here, we're right by where Zorayas' room is. So, like I said, be careful coming into that room with her there, because if you didn't take out that Iron Maiden, it can shoot its blades into that room and hit her and just ruin the quest. So you want to take out that Iron Maiden, or at least sneak by it so it doesn't know that you exist. And here we are. Now we can just run back up to that room and grab the grace. And that is all we will do. And this feels like there's something chasing me. I thought I could hear something. I think it's the basilisk below. Ooh. I didn't realize there were all these items. Oh, there's ash of war, or spirit ashes right here. Man serpent ashes. I'm sorry, I forgot about those. So make sure you grab those. Here in the room with the big magical snake. And so we're going to go grab this grace, and then that's it. We're not going to go into the boss room. Alright. And so this is the audience pathway, and we will come back to fight that very soon. And I don't know, I think now that we talked to, we might have some dialogue from Tanith now that we talked to Zorayas after she left, so let's go check real quick.
If you follow this, it cannot...
Nope, okay, my bad. Alright, you guys, it is time to take on Morgott, the Omen King. Take a sip of water because I'm nervous. My hands are shaking because this guy is not fun. So basically what this is it's Morgott. Morgott the Fell Omen. Only it's his real self and his real version that he's been kind of disguising this entire time. The other two times we've been fighting him were like spiritual forms that he sent out, and he's been here the entire time waiting for us. If you want, you can summon Melina for this fight, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try and fight him on my own just once, just to showcase his moveset. Okay, so some things about him. This is, in my opinion, the first boss we've experienced of the game where we're going to have to deal with, instead of movesets, so like, here's a move, it consists of 3 swings. Here's a move, it consists of 4 swings. Instead of dealing with just movesets and having to dodge certain moves, what we're dealing with now is we're dealing with combos. From here on out, we have bosses like him, and like Melina, Godfrey, where they have movesets, but what they are able to do is they're able to chain them together with other movesets into just complete combos, and those combos have very identifying endings. They'll literally jump up in the air and slam in the ground, or they'll just do a real slow swoop and then stop moving. But the point is, during these combos, you have to dodge. You cannot break them out of it unless you either bleed them or frost them maybe, or maybe stagger them, but you're going to take some damage doing it. These combos are just complete game enders. If you get chopped up by more than 2 or 3 hits in it, you're going to die. And so because of that, these fights require extreme patience. You have to be willing to just dodge, sort of like I was doing with the Grafted Scion in the very first episode. When I was just in my underwear with a stick, I had no choice but to just dodge. Now we have powerful moves we can use against him. We have spirit summons and stuff like that. But if you're taking him head on, you are now entering into the zone of the game where these bosses do combos. And if you're not willing to learn how to dodge these combos, then you're going to take some hits, and it's going to be a lot of guesswork, just kind of a lot of panic rolling, trying to sort of intuitively dodge when you think he's going to swing. Other than that, I have no possible way of describing his combos to you, because there's so many of them, and he does them in so many different variations. They can choose to extend it. They can choose to go into like a four-pronged combo where they just do a bunch of moves and you think they're going to end it, and then they just continue into the next combo, and you're like, that's unfair. Yep, it is, and unfortunately you just got to deal with it. He's parryable, but his parries take 3 parries for 1 repost, and he is very difficult to parry. Like, I've tried to parry him and I did not have fun doing it. So he's an extremely advanced parry if you want to learn how to do that. He's going to take a stick and turn it into a sword now. And that sword can do blood loss, and fire damage. He has piercing moves where he'll stab you with it, throw you onto the ground. Pretty much, if you're not at full health, it's gonna kill you. A lot of swooping moves where he closes the distance, jumps at you, and at about 80%, he has a scripted move where he's going to create a bunch of golden swords above you in the sky. And they come down like a crisscross pattern, and then they circle around him, and they'll slam down to the ground. And then continue slamming down like rain for about 10 or 15 seconds while he starts attacking you. At about 50%, he's going to start coughing. He's going to kneel down, start coughing. You can start hitting him during this. And then he's going to roar out, and a bunch of like weird fire is going to appear underneath him and all over the arena, and you got to dodge it. And then he's going to just be kind of like really more aggressive. His sword's going to be on fire. He's going to do more damage. He's going to have higher defense. And but during that's in phase 2 at about 50%, he's going to, for some odd reason, change the weather, and it's going to start raining. So when it starts raining, he's going to have a 10% buff to fire attacks, because in rain, fire does 10% less damage. And he's going to have negative 10% defense to lightning attacks. So lightning attacks will do much, much more damage to him then. But that's all I can really describe for you guys. I'm going to try and take him out by myself first round, and just to showcase his moveset and stuff like that and what he does. And then after that, if I most likely fail, then I will switch over to summoning, and we'll summon probably Tish. And we'll just go ahead and give him the business, so wish me luck. Get buffed up real quick.
Graceless, tarnished. What is thy business with these thrones? Ah, Godric the Golden. The twin prodigies, Miquella and Melina. General Radahn, Praetor Rykard, Luna Princess Rani, willful traitors, all. Thy kind are all of a piece. Pillagers, emboldened by the flame of ambition. Have it writ upon thy meager grave. Felled by King Morgott, last of all kings.
Hard to dodge. This one, it's a late roll. Oh no. Ooh. Ooh.
Foolish ambitions to rest.
Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about with combos. It's vicious. It's going to take you a lot of tries. You're going to lose a lot of rune arcs if you keep popping them. So these are one of the fights where it's best to just try and figure out a strategy to do it at the level that you're at and not worry about the rune arc. You're going to need a lot of practice and a lot of patience trying to figure out his moveset. So unfortunately I couldn't get him into phase 2, but hopefully with Tish we can do it. I'll go ahead and pop up rune arcs. I don't want to lose this fight. Hopefully it'll take him down. And remember, if you summon Tish, he's going to have the same amount of health that he always has. But if you summon an NPC, like Melina, it's going to double his health to deal with 2 people. Let's go ahead and make one of these. Yeah, he tooled me up there. Sorry about that. Okay. Alright, this time, hopefully Tish can give us some openings where we can just lay some magic into him. Yeah, we should have time to buff up Tish, so I'll save the last one. She's still. Oh no, she ran away. Alright, let's go help Tish. Honk. Nice thrust. Alright, this is phase 2.
The thrones, stained by my curse, such shame they cannot bear. Thy part in this shall not be forgiven.
Rest in peace, Morgott. Thank you, Tish.
Tarnished, thou art but a fool. The Erd Tree wards off all who deign approach. We are all forsaken. None may claim the title of Elden Lord. Thy deeds shall be met with failure, just as I.
You did just fine, Morgott. So, you can't leave yet. Door's blocked until you come up to the thorns and touch them. So yeah, with Tish, or, your favorite summon, it should be pretty easy to get by him. Impenetrable thorns refuse all. None may enter the Erd Tree. Rude. All that work for nothing. Now we got a grace. Let's have a seat and talk to somebody. Hey, we know her.
Hello again, old friend. Allow me a moment to converse with you. You are unable to enter the Erd Tree, no? Prevented by the mantle of barbs. The thorns are impenetrable, a husk of the Erd Tree's being that spurns all that exists without. The only way to stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord. is to pass the thorns. My purpose serves to aid in that very act. So I'd like you to undertake a new journey with me to the Flame of Ruin, far above the clouds, upon the snowy mountain tops of the giants. Then I can set the Erd Tree aflame and guide you down the path to becoming Elden Lord.
Alright, so we got the medallion for the next lift. Mark was made on the map. So, that is the last time that I'm going to be talking to her. Well, actually, we'll talk to her a few more times, but because I am choosing the Frenzied Flame ending, I'm going to be making her angry and she's going to leave our company. You guys are going to be getting different dialogue than I'm going to be getting. Unless, of course, you choose this ending as well. Let me see, where was that, my level ups? So I've actually made a decision. I'm going to stop leveling up mine. I'm going to stick at 30 and see if that's good enough. And if I need some extra, then we'll go up another 5. But I'm taking this up to 55 and this up to 40. So I'm going to stop leveling up mine all entirely. So we're done with that. Let's level up our vigor. And so I'm going to have a few different things happen in the game. It's not going to be anything too game changing that, you guys are missing out on anything that I have that you don't or anything like that. So I'll have an extra seal, but that's it for choosing the Frenzied Flame ending. But before we head into the next landmass and go forward, we're going to do that. We're going to accept the Frenzied Flame and make Melina mad at us, and we're going to wrap up a couple of other quests. So let's go do that right now. So now that we have beaten Morgott, if you have done Kenneth Haight's quest, and he is over here in his fort, right there, and if Nepheli Loux is at the Round Table Hold, and you've given her the Stormhawk Ash, and you did not give her Celavis's tonic, and she's sitting there, and she just keeps repeating, this Ash reminds me of my first hawk, then you've completed both their quests up to this point. And same with the Gatekeeper Gostoc. If he's sitting there stomping on Godric's head, all their quests are complete. And beating Morgott is now going to trigger their quest going into the final stage. So he's right there. If we sit down, it should trigger him going inside and their quest ending. If it doesn't, like it hasn't right here, we can go over to lake-facing cliffs and sit down at this grace. Let's go over here and sit down. And then stand back up. And you'll notice Gatekeeper Gostoc is gone. So it worked. So sit down at that side of grace. I don't know why, but it's a trigger for ending their quests. And now they've moved. Nepheli Loux looks awesome right there next to the throne. Right where she should be.
It's been some time. I must thank you for your aid. I told Father I would be with him no longer. I remembered the vow I took when I first became a warrior, so many moons ago. This land is much like the one from which I hail. I will call upon the storm to drive away the foulness that has settled on the winds. Again, I am Nepheli Loux, warrior. Some call me by the title of Lady, but I remain the same woman underneath, though I have now abandoned my former guidance. I cannot express how much you've helped me.
We get our first ancient dragon smithing stone. It'll take a weapon up to plus 25.
Should you become Elden Lord, I would gladly lighten your burden. Farewell, fellow warrior. I will remain to summon the storm, but your guidance and your fight surely lie elsewhere.
I love you, Nepheli Loux. You.
Ah, nice to see you after so long. Safe and sound, I take it, yes? Good. Ah, quite. I have indeed selected a new ruler. Lady Nepheli is strong and just, worthy of the burden of Limgrave's lineage. Such is the sincere opinion of Kenneth Haight, no less. For the time being, I share command of the castle with my lady, but I plan on returning to my fort afterwards, at which time I can fulfill my old promise by raising you to the glory of knighthood. I hope it is just as wonderful as you imagine. For the time being, I share command, at which time I can fulfill by raising you. I hope it.
All right. Last but not least.
Ah, you, is it? Haven't seen your mug in quite some time. As you can see, I'm the new lady's attendant. Freedom was worth squat. Besides, I like it round here. Lady Nepheli still fair of heart and countenance. Still, I have the lady's trust, so I can loot all the corpses I like. I'll let you take a look at the goods if you fancy.
So, if you completed his quest, he now has an Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone for 20k. So, that's the reason we don't want to hurt any NPCs, because of stuff like that. You know, if we didn't do these guys' quests and we hurt them along the way, then we'd miss out on 2 Ancient Dragon Smithing Stones. So, that wraps that up. Those guys are done. No harm shall come to them. Happy ending. So, next we're going to go over to that door that I was talking about when we were clearing out the capital of Lyndell. That's going to take us into the next landmass. So, oh no, oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. Before we do that, I gotta go meet the 3 fingers. This part is sad. This part was really sad. If this doesn't target your heartstrings, then, man, I don't know. So now that we beat Morgott, the barrier is gone. So there are enemies in here, and they shoot out Frenzied Flame that does insane damage. It is disturbing how much damage there is right there. But we need to lure them towards these tents, because there are items inside the tents. So, right behind this, you can't really see it, there's an item back there. And the only way to get to it is to have them burn the tents down. Hey, buddy. Did it do it? Yep, it did it. Okay. See how much damage that did? So yeah, the Frenzied Flame hurts, but it's the only way you can get them to knock down the tents to get the item. So, there's a merchant set. And the next 2 items are pretty lackluster, so if you don't want to get them, I'll show them to you. I think it's just a note. So if you want to spare, just take out the guys so you don't gotta try and get burnt. I'll do it for you. Okay, you knocked it down. So yeah, this one's just Eye of Yellow. There's 5 of the crafting materials, so if you don't want to waste your trouble with that, go ahead and just take that guy down so he doesn't hurt you. Now the song you're hearing is coming from merchants. There's a merchant that's alive around here. There he is. He's playing it. And here's the reason why. This is the nomadic merchant set that we just picked up. Where's it at? Oh, let's do the hat. Where is it? Looked all fluffy. There he is. Chapeau of the nomadic merchants, decorated with tiny gems in a wide spectrum of colors. These merchants once thrived as the great caravan, but after being accused of heretical beliefs, their entire clan was rounded up and buried alive, far underground. Then they chanted a curse of despair and summoned the flame of frenzy. That's what they're doing. And this song is the chant of despair that they summoned the frenzy with. And that just breaks my heart. It's dark. Gold rune right here. And then to continue forward, we have to drop down and do some platforming. So we're going to lose a rune arc here. You're going to die. It's just inevitable. I mean, see all the bloodstains everywhere. This place is notorious for many. I mean, there are. Oh, there's a fancy cookbook there, but there are probably a bunch of controller companies that are super happy this place exists, because I bet you there's just an absurd number of controllers that have been broken by players trying to get past this part. So do not despair. It is extremely aggravating, just unbelievably. And the first place we're going to jump to is where that red blood stain is right there. I'm going to die. You're going to die. It's just how it is. But you see that item on my right hand side. You see it all the way at the bottom down there. Yeah, you see that white phantom doing the jumping? This is what we got to do. We got to platform all the way down to the bottom. And then once we're down there, we can grab the item, grab one of the best shields in the entire game, and then we can safely drop down into the next area. But if we drop down from any point further than that white little item right there, then we'll die. So do not be discouraged, you guys. This is very rough, but here's how I started, by doing this. And then dropping down to here. Then we gotta jump up onto this one. And I missed it. So don't bother popping your rune arc, because you're going to lose your rune arc and you're going to lose your runes. So do not worry, this is gonna take a minute. But we gotten everything else, so now we can just run right up here and just start jumping. Well, my runes are here. Wasn't that nice of them? Alright, so let's try that one more time. Well, not one more time, probably like 15 more times with it. It's alright. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. That's the item we need to get to. And trust me, this is worth it to do it too, even if like you don't want the 3-fingered frenzy ending. The shield that we get down here for strength users is just too good. It's probably the best shield in the game, so. If you're not going strength, then your best bet for a great shield that can do some damage is the Crucible Knight shield. Has pretty low requirement for strength. It's pretty easy to get to even if you're on the deck side of things. But this next shield, I think you gotta have like 45 strength or something to be able to use it, so. Okay, let's try this again. There, good lord. Alright, and so, where's the next one? You know what? I think I was jumping to the wrong one. My bad. Let's try this. And then jump down into this corner. Okay. There we go. This one I believe we can walk down onto. Then we gotta jump up onto, I believe, let's see. Yeah, I believe onto this one. And then just drop down onto this one in the corner. Oh no, oh no. What's going on? No. Oh, wow, it worked. Alright, well, made it down to the bottom. So now when we fall, instead of dying, we'll just fall down here safely. That's kind of surprised me that I actually made it down here. So might as well grab the grace, and then we're going to go back up and try it again. So if you break the wall like I just did, now you can go ahead and pop a rune arc, and you don't have to worry about dying anymore, because you're just going to fall down here, and then you got to teleport back up to the top. So let's try that again, because I do want to get this shield. I promise I won't do this like 15 more times. If it comes to worse, I can't do it in the next like 3 tries, then I will do it off screen. And I'll just record it and splice it into the next episode or something, because I don't want to waste too much time on this. And I know for a fact that the last item behind a tent is just a note, so I'll grab that for you guys. You guys don't have to worry about burning yourselves to get it. Alright, so right there, and then to the corner. And then we gotta jump across. just walk down onto this one. We gotta jump over onto this little tiny one. And then try this again. There we go. And then gently jump down onto that. Oh, I made it. Alright. So the tent is right here. And the guy that we need to get it to right there. I want to kill him. Okay, good. Come on, dude. I got all day. Do your flamey thing, man. Oh, that wasn't far enough. There we go. Attaboy. So yeah, if you don't want to get this note for Nicholas Needle, I'll get it for you guys, and we'll read it in the next episode, which is coming up pretty soon, for item descriptions. So yeah, that fingerprint shield, just, oh man, it's just insane how much damage it does, how much guard negation it has. It is just amazing. You can change the Ash of War on it and everything. And so that's it. There's one more guy playing a song here, but these guys that play the songs, they don't hurt you, so if you don't want to touch them, you don't have to. And then come on down here, and here's Hyetta. Before we talk to Hyetta, let's go sit down over here, because Melina is going to talk to us one last time.
If you intend to claim the Frenzied Flame, I ask that you cease. It is not to be meddled with. It is chaos, devouring life and thought unending. However ruined this world has become, however mired in torment and despair, life endures. Births continue. There is beauty in that. Is there not? If you would become Lord, do not deny this notion. Please, leave the Frenzied Flame alone. I ask you one more time, please, seek not the Frenzied Flame. As one who strives to become a Lord, deny not the lives, the new births of this world. Those who would are not fit to be called Lord, when the land they preside over is lifeless.
And so that's it. After we do this, Melina will not be happy with us, and she will leave our company. Let's go talk to Hyetta.
So you're here as well, are you? I realized as we've talked, I'll be a maiden, and you, surely a lord. Go to the door ahead. After divesting yourself of your possessions, it will surely open, and the three fingers will welcome you. May the flame of chaos find purchase within you.
Alright, so like she said, we gotta go to this door right here and take off all of our armor. Otherwise it won't open. If you try and open it, nothing. But if we take off our armor, open door. So, like I said, you guys, this is gonna lock me into this ending, and I will not be able to get out of it unless I fully complete Millicent and just Millicent and Gowry's quest. Then, after beating Melania, we can get a golden needle and take it to a secret lair where we fight the Dragon King. There, after getting that needle, and only after getting that needle, it will give us an option to quell the Frenzied Flame, and then we can choose other endings. But that will lock us out of the Frenzied Flame ending, and Melina will still be angry with us. And you'll get a little bit of different dialogue if you choose that path. But I'm choosing this, again, because I know most people are uncomfortable with choosing this as their first ending. And a lot of people feel a lot more comfortable having 5 different endings to choose from at the end of the game. So I'm going to do this for you so that you can go ahead and do the other path if you want. And you get to see the Frenzied Flame ending, and then in your preceding playthroughs you can choose to do it if you like. one of, if not the coolest FMVs in the entire game. I love that part. And now we are scarred, and we have yellow eyes. And I'm going to change up my character's hair and face tattoo colors in the next few episodes here. But now we come back over, talk to Melina one last time.
You have inherited the Frenzied Flame. A pity. You are no longer fit. Our journey together ends here. And remember, should you rise as the Lord of Chaos, I will kill you. As sure as night follows day, such is my duty. For allowing you the strength of runes. Goodbye, my companion. Goodbye, Torrent.
Pretty sad.
The flame of chaos has nestled within you. Could you please rest your hand upon me? Burn me with the flame to make me your maiden. Oh, it burns. My eyes, they're melting. Thank you. I have touched them. The words of the three fingers. As your maiden, allow me to divine them. All that there is came from the one great. Then came fractures, and births, and souls. But the greater will made a mistake. Torment, despair, affliction, every sin, every curse, every one born of the mistake. And so, what was borrowed must be returned, melted all away with the yellow chaos flame, until all is one again. Those who gave me grace howled without words, saying they wished they were never born. Become their lord, take their torment, despair, their affliction, every sin, every curse, and melt it all away. As the Lord of Chaos, no more fractures, no more birth.
So I get a Frenzy Flame Seal that increases, damage for my Frenzy spells and stuff like that. So when I switch over to the Faith side again, I might use that a little bit depending on what I'm fighting, but for the most part I'm just going to be using a couple other different seals. So it's pretty dark stuff. But I have now inherited the Frenzied Flame, and that is the ending that I will be choosing for this walkthrough. Now Hyetta is gone. One last thing to do down here, to come over to this and roll on it, it'll open up. Let me get a rune arc to make up for the rune arc that we lost falling down here. And then one more wall. And this is another path into the deep root depths. We're going to go down all the way to the bottom because there are a couple of items on the way down that we can grab. A couple of smithing stones and stuff, so let's go ahead and have a seat real quick. So we got some ants to fight. Nothing too serious. And we can use Tauren here. Okay, so let's see, there's an item right there. There's an item up here. There's some ants down here we can hit from right here, I think. Yeah, right here. Let's go ahead and take these guys out. There's a big one. Oh, we can just hit its back, I guess, and it'll blow open. And this part's pretty sketchy, you know, we might die here. So, maybe take a look at what I'm getting first, you know, smithing stones and stuff like that, and see if you need them or if you want to bother. Otherwise, you know, I'd say just wait until we go into the next section. Let's see, there's nothing up there except the ants. So the next part is to drop down here. We got a few ants we want to snipe from a distance. We don't have to bother with them when we get over there. Dang. Didn't even kill him. Sure knocked him on his rear. That was powerful. Alright, let's see if we can hit this guy from here. I might as well drink this. I'll take him out. These buggers? I don't think so. Let's see, so I'm trying to think of the safest way to get over there. I think it's by using torrent, but probably would have been to jump down that way. Should have done that, but oh well. Hindsight is 20/20. This is pretty safe. Just come jump right there. I'm gonna jump down over here. Don't really know what that item is, can't remember, so probably gonna die trying to get it. Gold Runate. Hope I don't die falling off here. Oh, can't turn. Probably gonna die turning around. Oh, I lived. That's crazy. Don't fall, don't fall. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. My goodness, you guys. My goodness. Isn't platforming just so much fun? So much fun. Love it. It's my favorite. Okay, so as you saw that white shadow do, we need to hop up on torrent to get across this jump. And down right there, we see a bunch of ants we gotta take out first. As you can see, there's a whole row of ants right there we want to take out before we jump down. Okay. That's right. Thought there was one more down there, but maybe not. Alright, let's grab this. Oh, maxed out on those. Don't need those. I don't think there's anything around here. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I thought there was a few more. Oh well, we'll just deal with them as we come up to them. Love that homing. Locks right onto him, follows him, love it. So I think this is the last item right here. Very carefully walk up this branch. Just for some golden arrows. And then right down here is where we fought that Tree avatar. And those 3 branches that take us across that big gap right at the start. So that's all that's left. That's it. So let's go ahead and get on out of here and head on into the next landmass. So start over by Bach, and we're gonna head down that elevator and then come up to these doors right here. So on our way to the next landmass, we got a few tough customers that we got to deal with. We have a few misbegotten warriors, those lions with the big tails that swing the large swords around, freak out. And then we have Knight's Cavalry, an Omen Twin boss battle, and a gargoyle. So, fun stuff. Got a few hefty customers to take care of before the episode's over. This is where we fought that Crucible Knight. Alright, a lot of misbegottens and dogs in here. So get ready for some fights. I'll come over here first. A couple of bloodthirsty misbegottens chopping up some poor body. Let's grab that, and then we're gonna head over. We got some dogs to take out, and then we will fight one of the misbegotten warriors. And this one we gotta fight alone, but with the other one we get a summon for. So let's go ahead and those dogs are over there. Let's go this way. Woo. No, that'll take him down one hit. Come around the corner, we should have 2 dogs eating something. There should be one more. Yeah, coming up this way. See if we can bomb him from over here. Oh, come on, you guys. That was a pretty good hit. That was awesome. Oh, dang it. It's a flyy one. What? How did that not kill him? Oh, there's one more right there. Man, my free aim is on point. Alright. So there should be one more dog, and then the misbegotten warrior sitting right next to him. So we're going to try and pick the dog off. Before the misbegotten warrior gets aggroed. I hate fighting these guys. Oh, shoot. Man, I hate you guys so much. But for our troubles, we get a perfume bottle, I believe. Yep. So, definitely worth it. And there should be some Mycolo lilies in these little... Yeah, right here. So that's the first one, but the second one we get a summon for, so... And remember this area, because when we're going to come back to it at the end of the game, and we're going to have to sneak by 3 ulcerated tree spirits. Those big worms, 3 of them. We got to sneak by 3 of them to get one of the legendary talismans for the game, so that's fun. But when I say towards the end of the game, I literally mean like the like one of the last things we do. So right here, we're going to do some sniping. Got a bunch of misbegotten... Oh, man. Come up a little bit closer. A bunch of misbegotten soldiers and stuff, and a perfumer that we just don't want to have to deal with here in a second, so go ahead and take them all out while they're sitting here praying and worshiping. Just thinning out the crowd that we got to deal with. Alright, I'm gonna come back here. There's one waiting for us right here, and then the rest are going to be asleep. I win. Alright, so there's a big boy over here. There's actually 2 of them, but one's right here asleep, so let's go up and chop him up before he can get up. And there's one in a bush right here, one in a bush right there. Grab this item and come over here to this guy sleeping down here praying, I guess. We'll just start leveling some bombs at his face. Lucky for us, he's too dumb to walk up the other side. He's just gonna throw a fit right there. And then right up there, we got some perfumers and the second misbegotten warrior, so we'll go ahead and summon Tish to help us out. Come down here for Somber Smithing Stone 6. So this guy's sight is pretty good. He's gonna see us like right away, see? So, yeah, get ready to fight. Honk. Oh, whoa, he's coming to me. Whoa. I think I missed him. Got him. Honk. Man, Tisha's fishes. He's all confused. He said, where'd my tiger go? Where'd my lion go? Thank you, Tish. The rest of the guys are just all praying. They shouldn't aggro. Alright, all done. Now we can grab the loots. Oh, one more. Okay, that should be everything. Alright, let's head up into the mountaintop of the giants. Man, this place is... So, I wanted to mention something about land masses as we're moving forward. You're now entering to a part of the game where, as you saw with the boss with Morgott, doing combos, and we're entering into a part of the game where in the land masses now, we're going to clear out all the caves and all the tombs and all the tunnels and stuff like that, but we're going to be stealthily making our way through the land masses from now on, meaning we're not going to be fighting everything, and we're just going to be running through using stealth spells to... Right over here, there's a guy. I'm gonna start shooting stuff at you. Using stealth spells to get through these areas and grab the loots and then move on. We're not going to be fighting or trying to clear out everything that's in these areas from here on out, because you'll see what I'm talking about. It's too crazy. It's like running through a field where there's just 10 bosses in every direction, and yeah, it's just not going to work. So let's go ahead and bust out our parry shield, because we got a knight around this corner. Go ahead and repost him, but then he's going to pull his sword out most likely. Hopefully we can take him down before the guy in the forge notices. Let's try and get him over here. Oh no, he's gonna... Alright. So he took us over here, because I don't want the guy on the horse to get in the mix. Oh shoot! No, 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 no! I couldn't break out of it. I thought I had my shield out and I went to hit block. That was sick. Like, you're still alive. Alright, now we can go beat up his friend. We got a fight coming up here that really messes with my senses. What I mean by that is, it makes me queasy, and it makes me nauseous, so I'll be taking my headphones off during the fight, and you'll see what I'm talking about coming up here in a minute, because it is just super uncomfortable. Now right here we got the revenge of the dung beetle. This guy is going to burst into a giant version of himself and start attacking us, so be ready for that. Oh, there it is. Oh, missed him. Oh, you punk. Yep, that's the toughest Somber Smithing Stone 6 you'll fight in the game. Alright, so over here, we got the Divine Tower over that way. We've got a boss in the middle of it that we need to fight. So before we do that, we're going to go grab a Grace. And also a really cool robe. And a pretty cool knife, too. So this was the lift that I was talking about that has a secret in it. I'm not too sure which part. Let's see, where's it at? Oh, I can't see it. There it is. So, right there. So before we do that, we're going to go grab a Grace real quick. And this is the Forbidden Lands, I believe. It's a pretty short land mass, but we're just going to ride right through it. There's two bosses. The Knight's Cavalry and the Gargoyle. And then we'll be in the Mountaintop of the Giants. Let's go ahead and grab this Grace and sit down and heal up real quick. And then we'll go fight the Omen Twins, which is a boss fight that makes me feel very uncomfortable. You'll see why. I have, like, I don't know, a weird phobia of, like, open places and not knowing where I'm standing, stuff like that. That's why I don't like the ocean stuff. So as soon as we go up, we're going to jump right up onto the platform. Actually, no, we're going to do this on the way down because, yeah, I think the platform would block us, so it's just right here. So when you come in, the pillar that's staring straight to the knight over there, right here, the second pillar in, that's where you want to face to jump onto this platform as we go down. And there we go. Now I get the best robe in the game. I love this robe. It looks so cool. and a pretty cool knife. Scales and faith, I believe, and dexterity. And from here, we're safe to roll down. Then we'll take it back up and go fight the Omens. And now for this fight, I'm going to use the trusty, I'll keep that shield on. I'm going to use the Bloodhound's Fang. Alright, so that's the way that we came with the Knight on the Horse, and this is the way that we're going towards the Divine Tower. I hate this part. I'm going to take my headphones off right now, because it just, yeah, I don't know why it makes me feel more comfortable with this fight. 25. I don't need it for this fight, but go ahead and make them anyways now. Okay. Oh. Seal. Not gonna be using sorceries, so let's do. Kind of want to raise my fire damage. Let's do blood loss. Alright, you guys, so we get kicked right into this fight. It's going to come out of nowhere. It's going to freak you out, so we get buffed up right here. That guard right there is the trigger for it. I just dislike this fight and everything about it. You have to run to this item to get the boss fight to trigger. And here they come. So of course I'm going to go for the one with the axe first. Oh, jeez. Punk. You like that? Oh, right. There's one down. Stamina. It's like, why am I stalling? I win. Yeah. For that, though, we get the absolute best summon in the entire game. My favorite summon, Omen Killer Rolo. This guy's going to help us do some incredibly tough fights. He is just as good as Tish and the Mimic tier. Absolutely awesome summon. Alright, we are done with that nonsense. Man, I hate that fight. Alright, let's grab this Grace and go turn on Morgott's rune. Yeah, so I'm going to try and make my tattoo and my hair match the color of my eyes during the next episode. I do believe there's a Grace inside this one. Yes, right here. So make sure you grab that. Alright, guys. Now it's time to move into the next landmass. So right about like here, we have a Knight's Cavalry to fight, and then we're gonna run up and we're gonna run past the gargoyle and grab a Grace, and then we'll sit down with Grace, buff up, and then we'll come back and trigger the gargoyle and fight him. So that'll be fun. Go ahead and take this off since we already did that. Let's see how much I need for a level up. 120. I should probably go level up real quick. Don't want to drop 70,000 runes to either a Knight's Cavalry or a gargoyle, so let's go ahead and top that off real fast. As far as the episode for reading item descriptions and testing out Ashes of War, we just defeated a Shardbearer with Morgott, and so normally I would do it the next episode, but instead we're going to do it, or we're going to record one more episode because in the next episode we will take out another Shardbearer, the one in Volcano Manor, so it would be pointless to do a item description episode, then defeat a Shardbearer, and then do another one just for one episode worth of material. So we're gonna go ahead and wait and take out the other Shardbearer, and then we'll catch up on our item descriptions and Ashes of War. I'll go over all of our farming routes that we have so far, like this one right here that I'm doing. And then we'll continue on through the mountaintop of the Giants. My note files are in a place called Farm Azula right now. So I'm about maybe 6-7 hours ahead of where we're at right now in this walkthrough. So hopefully I have enough material to make a few more episodes in the next few days here. And again, I sincerely apologize for how long it takes me to work out an episode. This is not my job, and I do it in my free time. Yeah, sometimes my personal life gets in the way, and it takes a while before I can get back to my PC, have time to churn out an episode. But regardless of how long it takes moving forward, I promise that I'm not going to not finish this project. This will be completed. You guys will have a walkthrough all the way through 100% into New Game Plus. That's where I plan on taking this. So not giving up on it. But it is, yeah, it's been an intense project, and it blew me away with how much work it required. Sometimes I felt like I bit off more than I could chew. It was a pretty hefty game to choose for my first walkthrough. I don't know what I was thinking. Should have done something easy like Dead Space or Resident Evil. I'm not saying those games are easy, but I'm saying, like, you know, a 2.5-hour game compared to a 123-hour game probably would have been easier undertaking for somebody starting out. Okay, we're almost there one more time. So this Knight's Cavalry, he drops probably one of the craziest Ashes of War in the game. I can't remember what it's called. It's called like Phantom Slash or something. It is so cool. It's hard to pull off, but man, if you get it to pull off, it does some serious damage. It's better used on like bigger targets that don't move as fast. Smaller targets can dodge it pretty easily. But it's pretty cool Ash of War. Also want to stop by the round table real quick to see if Two Fingers have anything to say now that I defeated what's his face. Morgott.
Well, you managed to return. You know what this means. The Urge Tree has spurned you. The fingers remain still, shaken by this turn of events. They are busy consulting the greater will. When they are finished, the fingers will again offer their guidance. But thousands, if not tens of thousands, of moons must first pass. No matter for me, but you. How will you ever manage to wait? My, oh my.
I think that's interesting.
Heavens forbid. That is not the domain of mere men. The burning of the Erd Tree is the first cardinal sin. And you say you seek the power of the Rune of Death too? The Rune of Death goes by two names. The other is Destined Death. The forbidden shadow plucked from the Golden Order upon its creation. Unleashing the rune now would be unthinkable. The Fingers would never permit it. Nor would the Greater Will. But here we are. The Fingers dormant, severing our link to the Greater Will. The realm and all life in ruins. Impossible events transpire beyond the ken of the Fingers. Who is to say that the cardinal sin must be cardinal forever? Go on. Finish the job. Take the course you deem most worthy. You must find kindling. Only the smoldering flame in the great forge of the giants on the highest peak in the lands between can burn the Erd Tree. But special kindling is required to reignite the flame. For the flame to burn the Erd Tree, a sacrifice is needed. Of one who envisions the flame and can lead you to the Rune of Death.
So for you, it will be using Melina, but for me, I'm going to be using myself. So I want to go over a few of these things. This is a good quality weapon, scales with both strength and dexterity. And then this is a talisman that restores your FP upon defeating enemies. You get this from the Regal Ancestor Spirit that we defeated. Then there's Natural Born of the Void. He has a flail that does pretty much the same Ash of War that the Wing of Estelle does, Nebula. And then this is a Ash of War that's Wave of Darkness, kind of like Earthshaker, only it has a gravitational pull on it. And then there's two incantations here, Death Lightning, which does Death Blight. And then this Gavel, where he slams two spears into the ground, and then it sends out a shockwave. Takes a long time to pull off, but very powerful, especially if you're high in Dex and Faith. And then Morgott, he has a curse, or a curved greatsword, does blood loss, and it has a pretty cool Ash of War on it that does 2 fire swipes. It's pretty hard to pull off and to get used to, but once you get used to it, it's pretty vicious sword, and it scales with Dex and Arcane. And then this is an item that shoots out these little wraiths that chase people. I'm not going to use any of this stuff. All of these, I'm going to crack them for 30,000-40,000 runes and use them to buy weapons, upgrade spirit ashes, stuff like that. Speaking of upgrading spirit ashes, oh, we don't have enough to do this. All right, let's go ahead and sell. We're going to sell a bunch of runes to upgrade Omen Killer Rollo, so I can show you guys how vicious this guy is.
Well, I took you no matter to lay out your own.
Oh, what am I doing? Okay, so we're gonna need about 60,000. Cost a lot to bring a
Are you here for
spirit summon with a name all the way up to +10. See, only got 11,000 left, so yeah, it costs a lot to bring him up to +10. But man, Omen Killer Rollo, he just smashes. I'm going to use him against the gargoyle. Let's go see if Gideon has anything to say.
I hear you helped get the girl back on her feet. Though I'm not her foster father anymore, I'd still like to thank you. Sorry for the time you had to waste. If you're heading to the Forge of the Flame of Ruin, in the snowy mountaintops of the Giants, You'll need to find the Grand Lift of Rold, beyond the Forbidden region. But go if you would. Take no heed of cardinal sin. The Two Fingers lost their purpose a long, long time ago. Find the Albinoric woman. She hides in it, she knows.
Okay, so that's all there is to that. And then Dung Eater's back in his cell until we get all 5 of his seedbed curses. I think we got some bell bearings to give away. Just EGs and Ds. I think we've gotten everything from all of the different shops. Let's go ahead and just buy some stones. Alright. Let's go fight a Knight's Cavalry and a Gargoyle. And of course you gotta make it nighttime, which is gonna make it even harder to see going through this place because it's really, really dim, as you can tell. This land coming up ahead is just filled with vulgar militiamen. They are just as strong as the ones in Caelid. They do not drop as many runes. So it's best to just avoid these guys. And we're going to try and grab a couple of loots that are along the way, like this one up over here on this skull. But there unfortunately are just vulgar militiamen everywhere, so be careful, because they pack a punch. So right up here, I believe we have some dragon wound grease or something. Some kind of grease. Yeah, right there. So grab that. Oh my gosh, I forgot to make it nighttime. My apologies. Let me go back real quick. Oh, that's a cliff. I'm in combat. Just gotta make it nighttime to make sure the what's his name comes out. Knight's Cavalry. It was nighttime. He would have been out, but you always want to make sure that it's nighttime because it always sucks to start a fight with a boss that only comes out at night and then it turns into day and they disappear. And you're like, well, I was almost done. Killer Rolo. Alright, let's go fight a Knight's Cavalry. I feel like using the Bloodhound's Fang again, so I'll just stick with that. Alright. There he is. Alright, let's go ahead and get buffed up. Punk. Still. Dang it. Ooh, that hurt. Whew, this guy's tanky. Dang it. Ow. Yeah, I was gonna have to do that. Oh, shoot. Rest in peace, horsey. Well, he didn't die, so he gets to live. So that's cool. But there we go. We got the Phantom Slash. And so now we're going to make a mad dash past everything else out here. There's a jump right here, so be careful. We're going to make a mad dash past everything else out here, and we're going to run straight for this Site of Grace. Now what sucks is sometimes this gargoyle, sometimes he'll do a move, and he'll just kind of stare at us as we run away. And then sometimes he won't. Sometimes he'll chase you, and he might chase you right up to the Site of Grace, and then you can't sit down, and he might actually kill us. So that's happened to me a few times. Don't be surprised if it happens to you. There's a gold seed here if you need it. But otherwise, he's gonna spawn in, we're gonna run past him and go straight for the Grace. And then we'll come back and fight him. And hopefully he doesn't chase us. Because it's always annoying when he does. So let your stamina get back up. Looks like I just passed a gold summon sign, so I think we can summon for this fight. Not sure who. Just keep going. Okay, he's doing some moves, so I think we might be okay. Oh, he's coming. He's coming. That was close. Alright, you guys. Let's go ahead and switch up. I don't want to use Bloodhound's Fang on him. Alright, so I'm going to summon Omen Killer Rollo for this fight, just to show you how good his stagger buildup is. For all I know, he's going to get whooped up, but we'll see. Oh my goodness. It's always fun when I leave that on. Such a dork. Alright. Let's go fight this gargoyle. So we can summon and buff up Rollo before the gargoyle actually comes down, I think. Yeah. Okay, we can. Oh, I don't have Rock Sling on. Oh well. This is gonna be interesting. Usually use Rock Sling to stagger these guys, but I guess we're gonna have to do something else. There's our big friend, Omen Killer Rollo. Guy's a beast. His stagger damage is just absurd. Alright, you guys. Let's fight a gargoyle. I haven't figured out how to dodge the second blowback on that. He's gonna burst up the ground there. So far, Omen Killer Rollo hasn't been able to get any hits off on him. Ooh, good hit. Ooh! Didn't know he had a double follow-up to that swing. You see Omen Killer Rollo's still in it. Alright, let's try that again, guys. This time I'm going to put on a Rock Sling, try and stagger him. Yeah, unfortunately, Omen Killer Rollo just couldn't reach his feet to do the stagger damage that he does. So let's go ahead and switch over to Tish. I do want to try Crystal Barrage here and there, so I'll keep that on. Let's get old, good old Rock Sling out. Yeah, as soon as I saw he did a second wind up, I was like, I think that's gonna hit me. It's a bummer. These gargoyles, they're a pain. Let's try that again. This time we'll do Tish. Sorry, I'm Killer Rollo, you just couldn't reach him. That was the problem. was doing good damage when he did. I think T should be better. Whoop. Alright, punk. Round 2. Staggered him. I was like, why is he just sitting there? Whoa. Dang. That was a big hit. I didn't think I was going to take him all the way down. Thicky Deesh. For that, we get 2 gargoyle weapons, but they're not as good as the other ones that we got because they skill in faith for some reason. But if you're on the faith strength side of things, then there you go. You get 2 extra weapons. Let's go ahead and see what she has to say.
You, please, I can read them. You turn back. Ahead lies the land of the giant's flame, and the way forth is forbidden. Hear me. The burning of the Erd tree is the first cardinal sin. Doing so will unbind destined death and slay the world itself. Who would dare put you up to such a task? Most certainly not the Fingers.
Well, she's right about that. Alright, let's go up into the next landmass. And here we are in what I think is the most beautiful part of the entire game. If we come back here real quick, there's a little item. Beast blood. In the foliage here you want to pick up. The rimmed roa is mostly for medicine, but these, the fire blossom, you want to pick up as many of these as you can, especially if you're on the faith side of things, because they make some of the best fire pots in the entire game. So pick up as many of these as you see. Very, very important foliage. Even if you're not on the faith side of things, these things do awesome fire damage. So flame grant you strength and buffing up your fire attacks and stuff like that. These things are very easy to make, and the materials are super easy to find and farm. So stock up on as many of these as you can. Now, because I chose the Frenzied Flamed path, I'm going to have an armor set here at this site of grace waiting for me. You are not. You are going to have a character that looks like our old friend, the samurai Yura, but it's not Yura. It's a guy named Shabriri that took Yura's body, and he's going to tell you about the Frenzied Flame. This is a character that's supposed to be here to tell you that the Frenzied Flame exists and to go down to the capital. So it's like kind of a hint and a guide to people that haven't found the Frenzied Flame yet. But since we had it and we've taken it, he's not here. So when you get to him, if you're not doing the Frenzied Flame ending, this is one of the NPCs that's okay to attack. He does not progress anything any further, and attacking him does not ruin any quest line in the entire game. What you will get for attacking him is this armor set. So if you're looking for this cool samurai armor set, go ahead and attack him. It's okay. It won't ruin that. You can even go do the Frenzied Flame crust after you've taken him down. So it does not affect anything. Go ahead and attack him and get his armor set because it looks really cool. Aside from that, before we end this episode, we're going to stretch it about 10 minutes extra. Then we're going to go into this ruins. And this ruins is filled with Zamor soldiers, which doesn't sound like that big of a deal until you put into perspective that these Zamor soldiers are so strong that it's kind of like fighting. It's like if I told you, hey, there's 8 Crucible Knights in here. There's 8 Zamor soldiers in here. Those guys right there. I mean, we fought them as bosses. These guys are not easy. They are disturbingly tough, and these guys will tear us to pieces. So we're going to need a strong summon. So I'm going to try Omen Killer Rolo first and see if he can help us take them down. Let's go ahead and make this. If we at any point die during this, then I'm going to show you how to sneak in and get the bell bearing that's in here, which is the reason we're clearing this out in the first place. So let's go ahead and get buffed up. What are you doing? See, this is good because when you try to... Man, look at that. Just smash, smash, smash. Got it. Okay. It's one down. Come on, Rolo. So the next 2 are up here. But the good thing about Rock Sling with these guys is that the initial ding that you do when you pump it, that causes them to do a dodge, and then the Rock Sling actually shoots out, and it takes a second to get to them. So they actually just end up not dodging it. It's pretty cool. So the next 2 are going to be up here. We want to fight these guys at least 2 at a time, so let's try and drag him out if we can. Oh, missed him. Got it. See that stagger damage he does? It's absolutely vicious. He's coming to me. It's close. Get him. Get him. Got him. Okay. Should be 2 more. There's probably like 8 in total, so 2 more are going to be up here. Probably going to fight 3 at a time here, so hopefully Omen Killer Rolo can help us out. And that frost they do, it's vicious. It does some serious damage. Shoot, it's messy. That's 1 down. 2 down. almost dead. And we still got one more somewhere. I think it's over here. I have no way to heal him either. So let's do this. There he is. Oh, there's two. Oh, that was a mistake. Should not have done that. Oh, shoot. I think I just made a big mistake. Yep, he's dead. Shouldn't have aggroed these two. Let's get out of here. They might chase us a little bit, but we'll wait till they aggro back to their points. Yeah, we don't want to fight two of those guys at the same time. Especially without Omen Killer Rolo. Is he alone? If he's alone, I might try and take him. Yeah, I think he's alone. Alright, boss. Let's do it. Oh shoot, he's his friend. Don't touch me. Did you like that? Huh? How about that? I feel good? That's right. Stay away from me. Alright, your friend's half dead, so I'll take him down myself. Alright. Man, those guys are vicious. That should be that's the last one. That's why that fills up my flask, so let's go ahead and reap the rewards. And the reason that I wanted to get you guys through this ruins, as horrible as it is because of what it's guarding, and the reason why we had to defeat, 8 of those guys to clear this ruins out. So there's some butterflies right here. There's I think it's an Ash of War right here. Yeah. See, no, it's a sorcery. My apologies. I think. I can't remember. It's one of the two. Sorceries are an Ash of War, and it does some insane frost buildup and successive damage. Very, very, very good. Okay, so just the butterflies and that, and then over here in the basement is the bell bearing. And this is the bell bearing for us to buy smithing stones 5s and 6s. What? So now we can up all of our weapons to plus 18. Start getting them into the 20 and max range. So there we go. Smithing stone, miner's bell bearing 3. We'll get the 4th one so we can buy 7s and 8s and take them up to plus 24 in the next legacy dungeon. So until then, we'll have to find all the 7s and 8s that we can and farm them from enemies if we want to take our weapons higher than 18. So I wanted to get past that so that you guys had that bell bearing, so that now you can go farm and collect materials and get runes and buy smithing stones so you can upgrade your favorite weapons. So there's right around here is a Arteria leaf, and that should be everything in this area. Let's go ahead and sit down with Grace and talk about the map and where we're headed next episode. And of course I'll be leveling up in between episodes. And that right there, that is the consecrated snowfield, the last landmass that we have to deal with in the game. And just, oh man, that place, I'm not looking forward to recording these episodes, honestly. It looks peaceful. It's not. It's horrifying. And these mountains right here, they had to patch these in because people were jumping off this cliff and then landing next to a Stake America, and that way you can choose the Stake America, and then you would pop up down there. But this entire landmass is a secret. We can only get there by finding the 2 medallions that we're going to find in the next episode. So speaking of which, let's go ahead and open this up so you guys can see what we're doing. So we took out these ruins. There's a hero's grave right here that we can't reach, but right on the side right here is a catacombs that we'll do next episode at the start of the episode. We got a fire prelate right here. It's kind of a mini boss that we'll fight. Then we're going to cross this bridge, and we'll come up here and do the very last Volcano Manor request. Then we'll hop right over and fight Rykard and finish the Volcano Manor. And then from there, we'll go up into this castle and get the 2nd medallion that we need to get into the consecrated snowfield. And then we'll clear up some stuff in the Mountaintop of the Giants, and we'll head into the boss of the Mountaintop of the Giants and the 3rd Legacy dungeon of the game. Or, I'm sorry, good lord, our 5th Legacy dungeon of the game. So that is the plan for the next few episodes. So I'll meet you guys right here at this site of grace next to the Nightmare Ruins that we just cleared out. And if you got any questions, leave them in the comment section, and I'll try and find you the answer if I don't know the answer. If you got any knowledge as a content creator, you want to drop that on me, you know, help me make this series better, feel free to do that. I'm always looking to learn from people that know more than me, because I'm new to this, and every time I sit down to record, I gotta be honest, I'm dead terrified that I'm gonna make mistakes and gonna mess up and make a fool of myself and waste your guys' time and stuff like that. So yeah, this is a very nerve-wracking project for me to undertake. Got some birds up here. Wanna go ahead and... These birds are very, very annoying. Just like the ones on or at Stormvale. They do a ton of damage. And they fly around and jump all over the place. It's super annoying. The hitboxes are weird. See how much damage that did? That's insane. It's like you're a bird, and you shouldn't be doing this much damage. That's absurd. And their aim is just impeccable. And they fly away and you can't really catch them. Alright. Oh, good lord. Hurt my torrent. Anyways, you guys, I'm just coming up here to grab some foliage and stuff and end at a pretty view. But until the next episode, be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other, because I love you guys. See you later.